Welcome back to Carver's Kitchen, everybody. What we got cooking in the kitchen today is my wife's favorite soup, loaded potato. Here we go. All right, now for the ingredients, we're going to have some potatoes, thick cut bacon. You're going to want a small or already chopped up a little bit onion. You need 4 cups of chicken broth, so this ends up just being perfect. Light sour cream. You can use regular if you want. Cheddar cheese. We might need some other cheese, so worst case we'll substitute. And then 2 cloves of garlic, half and half, or heavy cream. Okay, so first up, you're going to get the oven preheated to 400 degrees for the bacon, and then it's time to start peeling and slicing the potatoes. So the recipe calls for 6 slices, but I just like to fill the sheet, cook as much as possible, throw it all in there. Okay, we got the bacon in the oven. Now it's time to start peeling and slicing. So, the recipe calls for 5 to 6 medium-sized potatoes. With these small guys, I got them clumped together to represent one medium-sized. So even though we have technically more than 6, 2, 4, 6, there we go. All right, time to flip the bacon. Now, if anybody knows better techniques on peeling potatoes, let me know. Because I'm all ears. Because in my mind, it kind of just feels like you just got to do it. It's just one of those things. But if anybody knows any tips, tricks, whatever, let me know and I will try it the next time I'm peeling potatoes. Listen to that sizzle. And then for anybody who doesn't know, whenever you're cutting, you want to make sure you have any knuckles down. Okay, I kind of use a mix between the middle knuckle and the last knuckle there. Oh, sorry. Middle knuckle and then the last knuckle. And just line it up and just go straight down. I'll give you another view. So not like this. Okay, that's how you get your fingers cut off. But you just kind of use the knuckle and kind of cut away. And then with practice, you just get faster and faster. And I am by no means fast, but you start to get used to it with that knuckle. If you want to cut faster, you can just go kind of, in quarters. Obviously, be careful. Boom. And then you can dice them up this way too. Now, with the bacon cooked and the potatoes sliced and diced, it is time to saute the onions and the garlic. Now, when we poured the onions in, we had some bacon grease down at the bottom in there to help that saute get started. All right, now we'll add the garlic. Get that mixed in there now. Okay, next, to make the roux for the soup, we're gonna put 3 tablespoons of flour in here. So I'm gonna take a little bit of flour, just kind of dash that on in there. There we go, that should be good. Get this mixed in there again. All right, so now it's time for the soup to actually kind of become a soup. So we're gonna add the chicken broth and the potatoes in on top of the onions and the garlic and start mixing it together. You're gonna bring it to a boil and then reduce the heat and bring it to a simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now with everything in there, get it mixed. Bring it to a boil. And then bring it back to a simmer. Take a look at those bubbles in there. That is what you want. Okay. Now we're going to turn down the heat. Let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes until those potatoes get soft in there. Now once that 15 to 20 minutes of simmering is done, you're going to take a potato masher and mash those potatoes. We're going to take the bacon, half and half for heavy cream. And then we're going to start shredding cheese into there. Now we're getting everything mixed in there. Get a nice consistency. And then don't worry if it's not all that thick yet on the first night. It'll thicken up throughout the next few days or however long you have it. Now we got the pot removed from the heat. We just put in the sour cream. So we're going to get that all mixed in now to help thicken this soup up some more. Also add salt and pepper to taste. Now, as you can see, this makes a pretty big pot considering. So you might want to do a little heavy hand if you like spicing up your stuff a little bit. Plus, you can always add more to your individual bowls as you serve it out, of course, as well. Thanks everybody for stopping by Carver's Kitchen. Make sure you like and subscribe, and hopefully you enjoyed the soup as much as we do. We'll see you again next week.